This model helps us to understand the inequality with absolute function. Look at the board problem here. Below inequality represents the sugar intake in gram of baby monkey. What are the minimum and maximum quantities of sugar the monkey takes? This is the inequality where x represents the sugar intake of the monkey. So here this inequality is plotted in this graph. So every value in the highlighted region, the highlighted segment of the line satisfies this inequality. X minus 4 less than or equal to 2. Here 4 is the midpoint of this line, and this 2 value 2 is 2 length of 2 from the midpoint, that is 1 2, and left side 1 2. So if I increase this now value, distance from the midpoint, now so this is now 4 and the end point is minus 1 and 5. So this is how much distance? 5 distance from the midpoint. 1 2 3 4 5. Similarly 1 2 3 4 5. So this is the significance of these absolute functions. So now we can increase the midpoint, you can move the midpoint, and this line changes. So this is the maximum value satisfying this inequality, and this is the minimum value satisfying this inequality, and this the number which is inside this absolute value is the midpoint of this line segment. So now you can play around this model to understand other inequalities, like for example greater than. X minus 5 is greater than 5, so 5 is the midpoint. So for here you can decrease this distance if you want, so that it will be within this. So you can increase midpoint. I'm going to bring down, increase. Okay, so now look at this. X is greater than 4, so midpoint is 0. So from 0 it takes 4 values, 1 2 3 4, and after the 4 this all the line, whatever the points in the line will satisfy this inequality. Similarly this left side, 1 2 3 4, after 4 it will satisfy every point in the line satisfies this inequality. So you can make it non-zero. So now the midpoint is moved. So here if it is, the inequality is greater, therefore that's why you see the small hole. That means that point doesn't satisfy this inequality. So now equal sign, you can see x minus 2 equal to 4. There is for only these 2 points satisfies when if it is equal. So other play around other inequalities and understand how this absolute value represents in the practical world. So more to interact with this model, visit www.interactivesitmath.com.